Okay. Uh,
There are four doors and an archway to your left, and a door to the left as well.
let's go through this one.
Okay, you easily see it opens up into another one of these almost perfectly square rooms. This room's quite barren. There is a well, or a stone, looks to be a stone well, and a stone dais, or like a small little altar, or even a short stack desk.
Mm-hmm.
More mold growing about from this well. It is not immediately filled with water, and there are two more pylons kind of over in the corner floating about. And you can hard vaguely see an archway over in this far corner.
So nothing much of interest in here.
No, there is a large blob of algae, just like chilling on the side of the well.
Yeah, let's just move on to the archway. Oop, I just moved myself off screen. There we go.
Elric, stop right there.
Stopping.
You get right here, and you can see in the room, you see dead trees. Cut trees. Stacked up, sawdust on the floor, big pile of logs.
Oh, my heart stops. Uh,
You can continue. I'm just letting you know you saw that from outside. Child will tug on you and ask if you're okay.
I'm okay.
Elric's in shock. She's gonna tug again and ask if you're okay.
I tell her I'm all right. I'm all right. Oh man. I walk into the room.
Met with sawdust about your feet. There's an obviously large stack of it, about 6 large cut trees. There's a huge indentation in the floor, which appears to be some sort of maybe slide away door similar to the partitions you've been going through, with a big scrawl of the word fuel written over top of it. And across the far wall, there's a big scroll that reads, "Trees are key." Child begins
Okay.
to immediately sit down and start playing in the sawdust like another sandbox.
Spyglass.
Spyglass. The room is empty. There is nothing in here.
What about
No,
where the partition is for fuel?
it is just, it is apparently some sort of, you can gather a trapdoor or a passage, but it's closed.
Okay. Um. I guess the only thing I can do is back out of this place.
Okay, the child's gonna sit here and play in the sandbox.
Really? Okay.
She's having a field day.
I bet. I'll sit and wait till she's done.
You wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Your pet wiggles in your backpack a little bit.
At
Well,
15 minutes, I say, alright, I think we need to get going.
you believe she's heard you, but you believe she's trying to kind of ignore you a little bit. She's still just sitting here throwing up like the same 3 handfuls of sawdust. Like she's not stopped this gimmick. She's still so entertained by this.
We really gotta get going.
I want to play. She's still sitting here throwing up sawdust.
5 more minutes.
You wait 5 more minutes.
And now we gotta go.
No,
I don't want to leave you here.
she's ignoring you.
Can I use animal handling on the child?
It's not. I'm gonna say that's not gonna work.
Darn it! Uh,
Let's see. Let me scour my roll list. Do you want to try and do something? Well, I guess yeah, that's the key. What do you want to try and do? She's
uh,
preoccupied. She doesn't want to stop playing in the sawdust, which is quite unsettling for you in an afterthought.
yeah.
Let's see. Go ahead and do you want to try and have like a brain surge moment of let's see. I
Hmm.
from her previous I can't even think of the word right now. Attitude throughout this entire dungeon, she's obviously encountering a lot of things she's never seen before. So it's just that childlike wonder. Um, you're not really a child experienced person, but you believe you could probably get her out of here with a distraction of more important, interesting something. Um, do you? I feel like I want to give you a freebie here. She is a demon child. Um,
I don't know. Um, I start walking a bit and just hide myself behind the side of the wall. Wait till
you
she notices I'm gone.
you continuously hear her playing in the sawdust. She's still having fun. You're not sure if that tactic's gonna work. From your positioning, you do hear her question. Like she's noticed, you believe she's noticed you're gone. And you hear her stand up and kind of brush herself off.
Mm-hmm.
Then you hear her step, but it doesn't sound like she's getting closer. You hear walk about the room. Then you hear an iron door open. You hear the child give a small little yelp of surprise.
Then I go back in.
Child is not where you left her. Where did you run into? Right there, like around the corner?
Yeah.
The child is over here at the door,
Okay.
and immediately kind of jumps, steps back, as a very interesting looking suit of armor stomps in. Very different. Mismatched. Not entirely golden. Some bits appear to be of different metals, but this thing looks similar to the one you saw on the throne in the room prior. Child is in somewhat a state of I don't know what to do. While
Right.
the child is somewhat distressed.
Come back over here. I call her.
This thing will take about another step closer, and just you see its head look up and down this child. As soon as you say that, you see it turn directly in your direction. A bright, blinding flash of blue emits from its helmet as the door immediately shuts behind you.
Oh boy.
And it starts staring back down at this child with its almost bathing this demon child in its blue glow. She is doing her best to get away from it.
I start making my way over to her.
You can, no problem.
Then I'm over with the kid.
She runs behind you.
Okay.
This thing is not as tall as you are, but close. 6 foot. The other knights were probably only about, frankly, 5 foot. This thing is all sorts of different pieces of armor. Nothing's consistent about this form. All of its bits of armor actually have labels on them. You see across its helmet's written head. There's chest, right arm, left L. Like, every bit of its armor is labeled. And a big upside down word kind of written amongst its chest.
Okay.
It is, even though you are taller, semi-intimidating. And just its juxtaposition of all this weirdness. Bright blue light shining out from underneath its visor. And a similar voice heard originally from the first guard, or all guards prior, with the little blue gemstone treatment. An aged voice comes from within. Who are you?
My name is Elric, and I'm looking for a friend.
What is your purpose?
Simply investigation.
You see this thing very rapidly kind of twitch its head to the side, very unpleasantly. Do not impede my work.
I stay silent at this point.
It will turn to the side, but its head does not move from your direction, and it will walk around you. Walk over to the tree pile. and you hear a piece of metal clatter to the ground. Are you watching this thing?
I'm watching this thing.
You see one of its gauntlets just falls to the ground, and in lieu is actually a large, what appears to be a sword, like its arm is a sword, as it will cleave off a solid little chunk of one of these trees. Pick it up and walk over to this panel, which retracts very quickly, very abruptly. You'll drop a chunk of this tree down the pit as it covers back.
Okay.
And begin to do it again.
At this point, I want to leave the room.
Okay, what do you do?
I want to go out this door
Okay.
and actually back up to the room above this one. Kind of like
Um,
walking around the guy.
you are able to touch the door, and the door does in fact open.
Awesome. Through it I go.
Child tailing behind you.
And back up north.
Alright, we're back in this room. This archway is now shut.
Okay. Can I go through this door?
It is closed currently.
Does it have the...
Oh yeah, it's got the same set, same cut door.
Okay. I'd like to try and go through.
It opens, and you're met with another large square room, very well lit. This one's very minimalistic. You immediately see a breast cage, and more importantly, a figure kind of hunched over. Very sickly looking, very humanoid. From your previous experience, it's some sort of ghoul or possibly even undead. Seems to be feasting on something.
Oh, great. Okay.
And from your positioning at the door, there's a brass cage with something in it.
Nice. Spyglass.
Spyglass, another empty room.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing. Alright,
And 4 doors, I apologize.
Oh, okay.
This thing is facing away from you, might add.
Alright. Um... I tell the child I may need to fight the thing in the room here.
She'll give a timid nod as you feel she did not like that big metal thing.
Yeah. I take a step further and tell her to stay by the door, just to be safe.
She will cling to the door.
I approach the ghoul here.
Alright, you gather it's probably more ghoul than an undead at this point.
Yeah.
It seems to be eating some small animal. From the small droplets of blood you gathered, it probably drug in from somewhere.
Right.
It's eating, it's not... You don't know if it's seen you, but it certainly... If it has, it's not interested in you.
Do I think it could turn hostile?
You believe it's like an animal. You know, don't mess with its food. But,
Okay.
as long as it's eating, you believe it probably won't mess with you.
Then I want to go over to the cage here.
This cage is actually a little bit within reach. I believe if you get a good jump, you can grab onto it.
I would like to.
You easily do so. Do you believe in the pulley system? You might be able to pull it down.
I want to pull it down so I can try and get what's in the cage.
Give me a strength check.
Strength check again, yay. Survey says, with a 14 minus 1, 13.
There's a bit of resistance in this chain pulley system, as you believe this has not been used for quite some time, but you manage to pull it down enough to be able to see that inside this cage is another small little metallic device similar to the little spyglass you've got, but instead of any spyglass form, it's another small little metal cylinder with a bright red gem, a pointed, like whittled down gem sticking out of the end. A bright point.
Okay. I want to take it.
Okay, you easily grab this thing.
Can I use the spyglass on the gem?
Yes, you use the spyglass in your hand in which you're holding it, and you don't see your hand, you see the floor.
Okay, so it's not going to actually tell me. It's truly just memories, not. Okay.
Do you want to try and investigate this gemstone, or?
Yes, I would like to roll. Um, do I have an?
You
I'll
would,
roll a flat investigation, I guess.
yeah, go ahead. You would know this one. It's not as alien.
Yeah. Where did I put my die? I hate when I move it out of the way and I forget about it. Yeah, that's a 12.
Not the best, but you would know this is a magic gem. It has some sort of heat or um, fire property.
All right.
But it's fixated in like a little handle-like device.
Okay. Hmm. I back out of the room.
Okay. Child's right behind you.
Yep. Can we try this door?
Yes. The room immediately opens. But with a almost barren room, this room's got more fungus in it. More mold growing all over the place. There's a large stone statue of a female figure holding a large spear. Which there's a uh, large curtain-like cloth kind of haphazardly clinging onto the side of it, like it was once covered but now is not. A few doors set into the walls, but a scroll on the wall that reads "Day in, Day out, Inside Out." This one here is an archway. Door. Oop. Oop, excuse me.
Okay. Hmm.
The child's gonna make a beeline for the fungus.
Well, of course. I'm going to investigate the statue.
Alright. It appears to be similar caliber of a smaller scale of the 12 kings you had previously seen. From your memory, you can't glean which one this was, or if it was, but something about the throne structure, it looks similar to one of them.
All right.
But it does not look like the dwarf that we've been seeing. And this appears to be female, but it's quite worn.
Okay. Hmm. I'm. What about the cloth? Anything I noticed about the cloth?
It's a very old. It appears to be of a curtain-like, not quite a blanket. It's a large material of some kind. Nothing
Okay.
special about it. It's very old and very worn. No
And the
patterns or
statue
anything.
is just
Statue's not.
probably of one of the 12 kings. Is there anything else for me in this room besides mold?
No other features other than what I've described. The same elaborate cuts into the walls and a few of the glass partitions with the light sources. The child's really poking this fungus over here. Amazed.
Uh, Spyglass.
Okay. The room is entirely empty except for the statue, but the statue is covered with the sheet.
Okay. So nothing particularly for me in this room. I'm going to just stand by this archway real quick.
From the
And
archway, you can see that this next room opens up into, as always, a similar square room. This one appears to be best described as a surgical room. You see medical instruments.
okay,
Um, you hear quite an interesting noise from the child.
I look over at the child.
There are tendrils coming from the fungus. Tiny little tendrils, itty bitty ones. Kind of
Like,
reaching out and trying to grab at her finger. She's kind of trying to tease at and poke it.
that's not a good idea. You need to come over here.
Kind of very slowly makes her way over to you, but still kind of teasing at this shelf fungi that's all over the walls.
I have nature. I would like to try and identify the fungi.
Okay,
With a 14.
alright, 14. You know this to be a natural shelvin fungi that would grow in the forest, but it seems unnatural with the other fungi and mold that appear to be growing about the floor. You wouldn't naturally see these two together. Let's see. The tendrils strike you as off. You've never really seen that before, as shelvin fungi don't normally have tendrils like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna squat down and start
I,
to investigate the little mushrooms here by your feet.
okay. Uh,
She's gonna pick one.
I'm just gonna warn her that those mushrooms over there with the vines are dangerous and she needs to at least stay away from those ones.
She'll give you a nod and then pluck another.
Alright,